Songs are mosaics. When I write, I'm not writing just about me. I steal pieces from friends, from strangers, from conversations I overhear, from things I was told years ago that I'll never forget. The more people a songwriter pays attention to, the more interesting their song becomes. This is why songs feel so personal. They're built from personal stories. This is why songs can feel like they were written about you. One of the strangest songwriting experiences I've ever had started outside of a library. My girlfriend at the time had trouble holding down a job. She just got fired again, so I decided to take the job hunt into my hands. I went to the library to fill out a bunch of applications for her. I was feeling frustrated. I didn't want to do it. I just got off of work. I'd been up at 4 a.m. throwing boxes around, and I didn't feel like doing it. I was sitting outside the library talking to her on the phone when an older gentleman came up and said, "You look like John Lennon." We started to talk and I told him that I wrote songs. I'm a songwriter and I have an album. At that time I only had one album, Do Not Listen. He told me that he always wanted to write songs. He always wanted to be a songwriter. So we started to get together and try to write together. We got together over the next couple of months. But then he started to become strange, to say the least. He would call me in the middle of the night, drunk out of his mind, calling me slurs. He would leave messages on my phone. He would text me these odd things. It was the strangest experience it was one of the stranger experiences in my life. Every morning he would apologize, saying that he was somebody else when he would drink. Eventually I got sick of it, so I stopped responding. I come to find out that his wife left him, and we got together for one more session, writing together. That's the beginnings of my song, Where She Goes. The song isn't my story, it's his story. I made a demo of the song, and he didn't like it. He wanted it to be smooth. He wanted it to sound good. He wanted it to sound lush and produced. I refused to smooth out the desperation. I wanted it to sound bare with no harmonies. I wanted it to sound alone, and I wanted it to sound desperate. I almost wanted it to be the worst song on my album. Maybe that's why songs feel like they were written about us, because a good songwriter can see somebody and write through their perspective. They can have the empathy to put themselves in the person's shoes and express what they feel. Music would be pretty boring if people only wrote about themselves. I think this is the hardest song on the album to listen to, and I did that on purpose. Looking back, making production choices out of spite seems immature. Maybe I was, but it's what I did. And now the song exists as a record of where my head was at the time. She goes